All right, let me check out this thing. Quote wanted me to look at something, then we're going to get ready to jump right into Doki Doki. That is the objective for the night. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. All right, DJ Wheat. 99-cent super chats. DJ Wheat. All right, here we go. So we're going to talk about this real fast. There's been a whole bunch of additional. So for those of you who didn't see earlier, I guess DJ Wheat, I'm going to keep calling him that. DJ Wheat is the guy. Whoa. Rogue, thanks so much for the 22. You have no idea how I'm excited for Doki. I was like, what was that? This dude. This dude said something the other day regarding hot tub streams, right? I tweeted about it earlier. No. Quote posted about it earlier. I'll play that one first. So here is so everything going on about the hot tub stream. Me and Hopper talked about it the other night, right? Everything that's been happening. So Devin Nash, I guess, watched. I don't know if he watched live or if he watched it after the fact, but there was a exit full screen. Full screen? Why is full screen not working? Really? Cool story. I'll just open it up on Twitch then, because that's cool.
The hot tub.
Okay, so it started out with this guy talking about it, right? DJ Wheat. And yes, I am saying wheat.
The hot tub meta. And
what? He's going to address this?
we're going to talk about it.
Oh, wow.
So, we understand at Twitch that this has been getting a lot of attention from the community
insane.
lately. And
really?
we have been watching closely. Our nudity and attire policy does allow bathing suits in an appropriate context, and hot tubs do fall under that criteria. However, what has not changed is the sexually suggestive and explicit content is not allowed under the guidelines, under the TOS, and Twitch will take action when that is reported to us. The hot tub meta. And
what? He's going to address that?
So Twitch will take action. They are saying they will take action if something is deemed indecent or inappropriate. Where is that? I'm like, where is that? Like, how far by taking action, aka making more money? That's kind of what I think everybody. When Hop jumps in a Speedo, that's when the hot tub meta gets banned, right? So Twitch has been on an absolute tear. I shouted out to Maya because she also tweeted out. I don't watch a lot of her content, but she had a great point here earlier today because she watched some additional information from him, or she doesn't show it here, but
I can go in and I can click not interested, and that will kind of help the Twitch discovery system. Set what you see and what you don't related to.
Chat, it is your
little bit of language here.
Your responsibility to set the discovery system to make sure that kids and other folks that come on the Twitch website, including advertisers, don't see naked women. That is your fault that it's on there, not Twitch's. Understand? I didn't like his tone, I'm gonna be honest.
So, I totally agree with her there, right? Like, it, I agree with her sarcasm. I agree 100% with her sarcasm there, right? Like, that totally is blown. Like, they're basically saying, like, exactly that. Like, you as the viewer need to take the responsibility. So your 13-year-old that is allowed to create an account, right? Because legally at 13, he's allowed to have an account, is responsible for going and clicking not interested for these channels that are not marked as mature, so they automatically show up in his feed. Like, come on, let's get at it. Let's whatever. It's But anyways, so I guess there was a whole Twitter rampage, and I'm going to read that now. I did watch those 2 clips earlier today, so now I'm going to read this Twitter rampage that happened or something. I don't really know, but we're going to see what's going on. You want free stocks? Yeah, I want all the stocks. So severely disappointed at DJ Wheat and Twitch's response to the hot tub meta. What even is that wording? It's incredibly clear you have not watched more than 2 minutes of any of these, and you don't know your own terms of service. Reporting systems have done nothing. 2 minutes of Doki Doki. Yeah, as soon as I get done reading this, we'll talk a little bit, and then we'll get into Doki. You are correct. I have not watched more than 2 minutes of those streams because that's not what I watch on Twitch. Okay, so you're commenting on something. You are giving a corporate response on something you know nothing about. Let's start there. This guy's coming publicly as the ambassador for Twitch and talking about things that he knows absolutely nothing about and is publicly announcing that he knows nothing about it. Really? Like, that is not a valid response to a pervasive issue that promotes blatant violations of terms of service. We covered this with a bit more detail in yesterday's Let's Chat stream and made it clear that the TNS team was aware of this and is watching it closely. My response was nothing but honestly around how I have not watched more than 2 minutes of the streams. Wait, if you're hosting a stream segment, here it comes. This is exactly what I was just going to say. If you're hosting a stream segment about the topic, why wouldn't you at least watch more than 2 minutes to educate yourself on the topic beforehand? Well, I mean, that sounds logical. Sounds like a case of willful blindness where you can say someone else is looking at it because you haven't watched. Let's be real. You don't have to watch the content to understand why people have concerns, why people are upset, why there is confusion. I'm not sure why people equate time view to an understanding of the issue. Do you understand why people have concerns? Kind of seems like you do not. If Twitch is fine operating a red light district for streaming, then just acknowledge it, gate it, and put something in place so general audience streamers aren't compelled to compete. I mean, that's logical. Like me and Hopper said on the podcast last night, if they have a way to say this is mature content and relegate that to be required to be mature content, that way underage individuals aren't attached to it and it doesn't show up in regular feeds, that would be a way to make that work. 18 plus, right? Twitch After Dark, whatever you want to call it, that could be it, right? And if that's the way Twitch wants to go, yes, I understand why people have concerns and have followed the situation closely, but there's a lot of unrealistic expectations that I'm not the one who is going to solve. I do not work in TNS. I do not work in moderation. Who is going to solve it then? And then he responds, trust and safety and the team whose job is to write, enforce, and review policy. I understand that people want immediate results and actions, but that's just not how it works. They are constantly working on these issues, even if you don't hear about it every week, month, etc. So, yeah, genericadultsitecontent.com. Yeah. Out of curiosity, how many parents have a policy shaping voice in TNS? That's really good. Like, who is in TNS? Based on what the JC section looks like on an incognito window in the middle of the day, I would guess not. If that's your answer, then I think you need to get someone from TNS broadcasting the patch notes, and that's part of the solution too, right? This guy DJ Wheat is the face of communications for Twitch, but if he doesn't know what's going on, he should not be he should at least have a guest on that's making those statements and saying why legally they can clear this, right? Otherwise, it seems your role is either being used as a scapegoat or as a person who purposely can't answer the question. He's acting as a puppet, right? I get that policy-making times are, particularly in this era, immediate gratification. But if Twitch can answer the very straightforward question of whether it is a platform, happy to serve as a lobby. Oh my gosh. Serve as a lobby for OnlyFans. That is not a good sign. And that has been an issue that I've had for a little while now. And we will get to Doki here in just a minute. That is an issue I've had for a little while now. I'll be honest. I am not happy. Like when I started streaming, I had no idea what OnlyFans was. No idea that the platform even existed. Apparently it's been out for a long time. I've only been streaming for I've been affiliated for less than 2 years, so maybe streaming for just shy of 2 years or something like that, right? And I had no idea what that platform even was. Apparently it's been around for years. And, only after the fact that I figured out that there are a big portion of streamers that are leveraging that for additional monetization or leveraging that to promote people to come to their Twitch content because they'll give them other things over here. And I was like, it's a known issue, right? And Twitch has gone out to say that they have the ability to ban people for indecent actions outside of streaming, right? And I'm not saying that this needs to be the thing, but there needs to be some regulation here to where you're not running a camgirl site, right? Like, there needs to be some regulation here to say where, like, if donation, like, here's access to my page or whatever if you donate enough. That's theoretically the same exact thing, right? That's not what the platform was built around. If it's what it becomes, then I'm going to go somewhere else, right? And that honestly is one of the biggest reasons why I've been looking towards like YouTube and those kinds of platforms. Not because I don't like it here, but because of the issues that Twitch is not answering in a good way. And there, I've had my rant, I've had my rave. I'm going to talk about that later some other time.